Oh yeah, that's sizable, bro.
There's your gap.
Holy shit.
That ain't no fucking around.
Saved it.
I went over the bars.
Oh shit, you okay?
Oh yeah.
There's like a gap in the middle, so just be mindful. All right, dark hollow. Apparently it starts off mellow. Starts off with a climb.
Big road gap with door around.
Yeah.
This is my first time going down a single black trail at a bike park. The trail is called Dark Hollow, and it is in Rock Creek Mountain Bike Park located in North Carolina. As a rider from Florida, where everything's completely flat, trails in North Carolina give us an opportunity to do some real mountain biking. Nick is up ahead. He's a much more experienced rider than I am, so he took the lead on this blind run. As you can see, he's leaving me completely behind. This track is pretty gnarly. It starts off mellow and then becomes pretty technical and rough. I'm really just trying to hold back here and just watching my speed and lines and making sure I don't make any mistakes. The goal here is to have a nice clean run without injuring myself. I was already coming off of a knee injury from a previous mountain biking accident, so just trying to be very careful here. This trail has a pretty big road gap at the start of the trail. The GoPro probably makes it look like nothing, but it's pretty significant, and it's definitely outside of my skill level.
Oh yeah, that's sizable, bro.
There's your gap.
Holy shit.
That ain't no fucking around.
That is a sizable gap. Yeah.
Yup, that's me taking the chicken line down. One of these days I'll be able to hit that gap, but today is not that day. Coming up right now is probably the steepest part of this trail. There's a lot of breaking bumps and roots, so that adds to the gnar factor. But the first time you look at it, it's pretty intimidating until you just hit it. Drawbacks of riding the trail blind is that you get hung up on things that you typically wouldn't get hung up on, such as this section right here. Typically this would be a small drop for me, but because we don't know what's coming up next, we stop.
You're on the right line.
Yeah.
I was on the totally wrong line.
Yeah.
I was like, fudge.
Alright, I gotta get a little run.
That stick, fucking, that one freaked me out a little too. I was like, woo.
So this is what happens when you're riding scared. I encounter this little drop that catches me off guard, completely throws me off, and I run into the bushes. Typically this wouldn't be a problem, but here we go.
Saved it.
Coming up right now is a pretty steep section. You can hear my brakes grinding as I'm trying to control my speed while going down and trying to dodge the various trees that you see in the path there. So an interesting section to say the least.
I went over the bars.
Oh shit, you okay?
Oh yeah. I rolled it out. That was fun.
A little tricky.
I was just being ballsy.
Yeah, a little tricky.
This
All right.
is the most fun I've had so far, not gonna lie.
It's tricky.
Now I have a shit-eating grin on my face.
It's doable once once you've ridden this once or twice,
Yeah,
it's doable.
Oh, I'm okay, Siri.
Other than the road gap.
I fell, but I'm okay.
You good?
Yeah,
Keep rolling.
I'm golden.
Drop! Videos make it look like nothing.
So this is a pretty tricky section. I decided to stop at the top just to check out my line before I hit it. A lot of consequences here if you get it wrong, so...
It's definitely gnarly and steep.
If you've made it here this far, please consider liking and subscribing. It's a small channel. I have other videos here as well of my other mountain biking adventures, so feel free to check them out.
You gotta know what's
Appreciate the
there.
like and subscribe. As it is common in life, you do all the gnarly stuff and then you get hung up on a little tree. And here is my moment.
What a bunch of bullshit.
And here it is, folks, me triumphantly walking out of the trail, having finished Dark Hollow, my first single black mountain bike trail at a bike park.